our political establishment, which is, it views normal things as really, really weird. Our political establishment is the kind of political order that mocks the Last Supper. We covered this yesterday on the show. The Olympics opened up in Paris by mocking the Last Supper. And now there are some libs who are, I think, disingenuously trying to argue that it really wasn't a mockery of the Last Supper. No, it was a mockery of some 16th or 17th century Dutch painting about Cupid and Psyche, or else Dionysus, or else, I don't know, some other Olympians. And it just wasn't. I went through on the show yesterday why that is obviously not the case, both from the perspective of artistic interpretation, but also from the perspective of history. And of course, there was a pagan element there, but that was the point. The point was to replace an image of Christianity in what was once called the eldest daughter of the church in France with a return of the pagan demons. So that obviously that was the point there. And they did all of this, and now they're fake apologizing. There was international outrage, Christians marching peacefully and beautifully and prayerfully, but still showing up saying this is completely unacceptable. At least one advertiser pulled out. We'll get to that in a second. There was so much international pressure that the Olympics had to address it. And here's how they addressed it. This, according to Anne Descamps, a Paris 2024 spokesman. Clearly, there was never an intention to show disrespect to any religious group. Oh, is that clear? That's not clear to me. It's actually clear to me that the opposite is true, that you did intend to disrespect Christians. She says, clearly, total gaslighting. Clearly, there was never an intention to show disrespect to any religious group. Christians, by the way, lady, you can use the word. The religious group that may not be named. Christian. No, it's Christians. No one accused you of disrespecting Muslims. You'd never do that because you're afraid you get your heads chopped off. No one's accusing you of disrespecting Hindus or Jews or Jains or Shinto or any other group. It's Christians that you disrespected. No, any religious group. We believe that our ambition of aiming to celebrate community tolerance was achieved. And if people have taken any offense, we are, of course, really sorry. Completely unacceptable. Completely. This is worse than had they not said anything at all. They did the thing. They did that thing that is so irritating that I'm sure you've all experienced before, which is, oh, well, I'm really sorry if you were offended. Oh, yeah. Oh, you were offended. I'm sorry that you were offended. Don't be sorry that I'm offended. Be sorry that you offended me. That's what you need to be sorry. You don't need to apologize for my feelings. You can't control my feelings. I'm not asking you to apologize for my feelings. I'm asking you to apologize for what you did, for the disgusting actions that you perpetrated, Olympics Committee. That's the problem here. My feelings aren't the problem. I guess my feelings are a problem, and the feelings of Christians worldwide are a problem for you now because you're getting so much backlash, and at least one of your advertisers is pulling out. And this is now probably the lowest watched Olympics, probably the lowest viewership ever relative to the size of the population. Yeah, that's a problem for you. But that's not the problem. The problem is that you mocked our Lord. That's the problem. That you put on a disgusting and sacrilegious display. That's why I am even less inclined than I previously was to watch the Olympics. That's why many people are tuning it out this year. So apologize for that. But they're not, no, we never intended to offend anybody. And what we wanted to do was celebrate tolerance by mocking Christ. And so, we did that and we didn't do anything wrong. And if you're offended, then I'm sorry for you. That sounds like it's a you problem. Okay. All right. Well, at least we know where you stand. We know that the Olympics hates Christ and disrespects Christianity. That's what we know. Even if there were some innocent mistake, just a little confusion of representation in that opening ceremony, this non-apology makes perfectly clear what they think of Christians. And so I think Christians should make perfectly clear what we think of the Olympics. I have no interest in watching 1 second of that. And I think any company that continues to advertise with the Olympics, and there are a lot of them, is making very clear that they don't have any respect for Christians. Go to goodranchers.com, use promo code Knowles. The Olympic Games are just around the corner. Good Ranchers is gearing up for their festivities by offering new subscribers a free gold medal add-on for the next 4 years. You can enjoy free plain chicken breasts, Angus ground beef, applewood bacon, or wild-caught salmon in every order for the next 4 years. Plus, with my exclusive code, Knowles, KNWLES, you will get an additional $25 off your first box. So that means it's up to $1,200 in savings when you subscribe. What I would recommend, of those 4 choices, I would get the plain chicken breasts. The chicken is excellent, and I don't talk about it enough because I'm focused on the beef, which is absolutely magnificent, and especially the Wagyu ground beef and the burgers, but also the steaks. The New York strip is fabulous and all. But the chicken is extremely underrated. So anyway, just get it. It's phenomenal. Good Ranchers is not only an amazing partner of this show, they also partner with Paralyzed Veterans of America. It's a great company. I don't know how they offer this quality for this low price, but go over there right now. Go use code Knowles to claim $25 off your first box with free express shipping and a free add-on for 4 years. And I don't know, there's going to be 5 more freebies by the end of this. Don't miss the summer special. Go to goodranchers.com, promo code Knowles. Goodranchers.com, American meat delivered. There's one company at least that's pulled out. C Spire. C Spire is the largest privately held wireless company in the U.S. Very quickly reacted, said this display is disgusting, pulled their advertising from the rest of the games broadcast on NBC. I hope many other companies follow. C Spire is making clear, hey, we think it's wrong to disrespect God and to offend Christians. We think that's wrong. We're not going to support that. Every other company that's keeping their dollars in there is telling you exactly what they think of Christians. You know who else is telling you what they think of Christians? The First Lady of the United States, Jill Biden, who effectively is probably the president of the United States because her husband doesn't have a functioning brain anymore. Jill Biden came out and she called the Olympics opening spectacular.
It was spectacular. The rain did not dampen our spirits. And Casey, honestly, every step of the way, I was thinking to myself, oh my God, how are we going to top this? How are we going to top this? So, okay, so Paris has the, Eiffel Tower, but we have Hollywood and the magic of Hollywood that makes all dreams come true. So I think we're going to be okay.
Spectacular. Oh, yes. When they mocked the apostles and our Lord at the Last Supper before his passion and crucifixion, I thought that was just wonderful, just marvelous. Boy, oh boy, wasn't that just great? It's First Lady of the United States, the wife of the supposedly devout Catholic Joe Biden, who manifestly is not a devout Catholic. He's not even a practicing Catholic because he violates non-negotiable aspects of his faith in public life. Happily, gleefully. It is not, if it wasn't clear previously, it should have been, but if it wasn't clear previously, it is not permissible for Christians to vote for Kamala Harris. It is not permissible for Christians to support with their votes the Biden-Harris administration. Perhaps the simplest way of understanding why that is the case is the sacramental view that they take of abortion. Their absolute defense of abortion, of murdering innocent babies in the womb, is sufficient reason to prove that it is not permissible for Christians to vote for them. That is one of those issues that we would call non-negotiable. The church has been clear about this. Certain issues, reasonable people can disagree. Pope Benedict XVI observed that reasonable people can disagree over the death penalty. Some Christians make an argument as to why the death penalty in the year of our Lord 2024 is not permissible. However, the church has taught for approximately 2,000 years that the death penalty is permissible and in some cases quite called for. And in fact, beatified popes have exercised the death penalty many, many times in the papal states. So Pope Benedict's argument was, this is one of those issues where reasonable people can disagree in good faith. However, murdering little babies is not one of those issues. From the earliest days of the church, the earliest church documents that we have, going back to the Didache, abortion is not permissible. Obviously, the Fifth Amendment, I'm confusing my Constitution and my commandments. The Fifth Commandment says that you shall not commit murder, so that alone should suffice. But this is even explained in the earliest days of the church. You just can't do it. Not acceptable. And we know that this is a central issue for Kamala Harris, maybe more so than it was for Joe Biden. This is the big pitch that Pete Buttigieg is making. Hey, white dudes, vote for Kamala. She's going to let you kill your babies. So this is not acceptable. And the fact that they would celebrate the overt mockery of our Lord is, I think, just if you were a little too thick-headed to understand it before, this is just, one of those instances of political circumstances shaking you and saying, hey, buddy, if you are a Christian, you can't vote for these people. That was a great clip. Now hold up, ring the bell, subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.